If you've been watching this channel for longer than a cup of coffee, you'll tend to notice what I favor in movies and get a sense of what I consider to be a quality film. Character, story, creative kills, and tits. Lots and lots of tits. But seriously, the qualities of a film that I look for when watching something are character and story foremost. This is for a variety of reasons. Mainly because movies are visual storytelling. Without story, all you have are moving pictures on a screen. And if you're just trying to entertain young children or adults who think they're young children, more power to you. But around here, we worship at the altar of story. Now, that being said, I'm going to contradict myself. I have a soft spot for schlocky, low-grade slasher movies whose only purpose is to deliver buckets of blood and, you guessed it, tits. But I like these movies in the way that I like candy or any other junk food, in small quantities and only on special occasions. When I'm looking for something hearty and satisfying, I'm not about to dump a bag of cherry sours in my mouth. So what's the point of saying all this in the beginning of a movie review? Well, mainly it's because a lot of the time horror movies fall in between these two ends of the spectrum and it's hard to really classify them. Hell of a Summer is such a movie. There's nothing Shakespearean about the story, the characters are all caricatures, most of the kills happen off-screen, and nary a nipple in sight for the whole movie. But it works. Whatever this movie is doing, in whatever aspect it's doing it in, works. I can nitpick all day about them ruining their own jokes sometimes or killing characters off-screen only for us to see the aftermath. The killer is obvious almost immediately, but none of that stuff took me out of the movie. I found myself smiling and enjoying what was on screen for the whole runtime. The simple plot goes like this. John and Kathy, the owners of Camp Pineway, are relaxing by a lake one night when they are suddenly attacked. John is killed by having an acoustic guitar shoved down his throat. Kathy has a knife driven to her skull. The killer, wearing a devil mask, disappears into the night. The next day, the counselors arrive early to prep the camp before opening. Among them is 24-year-old Jason Hochberg, a returning counselor who loves the camp but is constantly picked on for being too old for the gig. He finds a note saying John and Kathy had an emergency and, by default, is put in charge. At first, he's optimistic, but that quickly fades as he struggles to connect with the others, especially with Claire being there. That night, the group splits up. Demi, a social media influencer, is violently murdered in her cabin. Jason finds her body and runs to warn the others, but no one believes him. When they check it out, the body's gone. Noelle, the one obsessed with ghosts and the occult, freaks everyone out by confirming the blood is real and belongs to Demi. They all run for their cars, but none of them start. In the chaos, Miley and Mike are killed in the mess hall. The remaining counselors hole up in a cabin. When they realize that Miley and Mike are missing, they draw cards to pick a search group. Jason, Ezra, and Ari go out and find Miley's decapitated head in the fridge. They panic and get separated. Ari gets grabbed and stabbed with a knife coated in peanut butter, which is deadly because of his allergy. The body is dragged off. Ezra makes it back, but accidentally gets sprayed in the face with bear mace. Everyone starts to lose it. They try using a Ouija board, and between that and Ezra's accusations, they decide Jason must be the killer. Bobby thinks Jason's targeting people for being good-looking and ties him up. Claire cuts him loose, and they take off into the woods. She wants to leave and get help. Jason wants to go back and save the rest of the counselors. When Claire heads out, the others split up again. Noelle is ambushed and killed, stabbed, then her head smashed with a rock. Then it's revealed that there's not just one killer, there are two, both wearing the same devil mask. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but like I said before, it's pretty obvious as the kids start dying off. What I liked most about this movie was that it knows exactly what it is and doesn't try to be anything else. There's some cringe and plenty of critique about it, but I honestly just enjoyed myself watching it, so I don't think it matters that much. The acting is all serviceable for a summer camp slasher, and the kills are all serviceable as well. Well, the aftermath anyway. And the runtime is a nice, tight 88 minutes. With a budget of only $3 million, this is where horror should live. There's no celebrity A-listers or flavor of the month directors, of which one particular auteur gets a few shots taken at him, that are bloating the budget. Everybody is fairly young and as of yet unknown, but they all prove they have what it takes to make a fun slasher that's a perfect snack of a movie. So anyway, thanks for watching this far. If you liked what you saw, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you didn't like what you saw, thanks for sticking around this long anyway, and I will see you on the next one.